I don't like wasting my watercolor palette, but sometimes I just want a clean, fresh palette. So I decided I would use all the colors to clean out my whole palette so that I could start fresh. So I had no plan coming into this, no expectations whatsoever. I just wanted to use up all of the colors that were on my palette. So I didn't know how this was gonna turn out, and I'm using scraps of watercolor paper too, so just whatever little tiny scraps I have lying around. I think what happens a lot of times is that we feel pressure to create something amazing or better than what we created last time, but it turns out that when we feel that way, we often take out the creativity. We don't feel very creative when we have that pressure to make something really amazing for whatever reason we have. Maybe we're feeling the pressure to make money with it. Maybe we're feeling the pressure because it's for someone. Maybe we're feeling the pressure because we don't feel like we're good enough, or we don't feel like we're an artist. So why should we be able to do it? So doing this definitely helped me to break that down, and I was still creating. I still felt creative, and this was so therapeutic to clean off my palette this way without worrying about the pressure of it's not gonna work, or what if it doesn't look like what I want it to look like. I also really loved finding new colors that I maybe never would have thought to blend before, but because all I was working with was my palette, whatever was in it, it turned out for some really cool colors. So then I cut them into different strips, and I just started laying them out, organizing them by color. I'm really inspired by all of those posts on Pinterest where something is organized by color. So I decided to try it. Once again, I had no expectations. I didn't know what was going to happen, and I was very happy with how it turned out. It's not exactly straight because I didn't have a plan, but I really like it. And then I took it in my iPad and I lettered on it. This actually took me the most time because I did have an expectation for the letters. So just goes to show that it works out better when you're not expecting something. So then I decided to take it even further, and I have a giraffe quote because June 21st is World Giraffe Day. So my friend and I on Instagram are holding a giraffe challenge for the month of June, and I love that every giraffe quote has such a double meaning to it. Who knew that giraffes could be so cute and so inspirational? And once again, it really helped that I had no expectations, because guess what? I don't know how to draw a giraffe. I don't know how to watercolor a giraffe. I didn't feel like I would be able to make this piece that I had been envisioning in my head. But by just cutting out these little pieces of paper, it didn't matter that it wasn't exactly proportionate or everything was really square. It helped me to let go of the perfection and cut what I had, the colors that I had, the shapes and pieces that I had and that I could cut. Sometimes art and lettering can feel so overwhelming because the possibilities are endless. So sometimes we really need to give ourselves some limitations and work with that, and then see what happens. We might get inspired to do something a little bit different. Once we start with those limitations, it can really help us to focus and know where we're going. So now I'm using my glass pen and Dr. P.H. Martin's Copper Plate Gold, and the quote says, "Sometimes all you need is a different point of view." And that was so true for this piece. All I wanted to do was clean out my watercolor palette, and I ended up getting two really cool, really different pieces that I've never done before. So the next time you're feeling pressure to create, let it go, try something different, give yourself some limitations, and look at it from a different way, and you may just surprise yourself. I'd love to hear what you do when you feel that pressure. Leave it in the comments, and thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe for more. I will see you next time.